Hello bookworms, welcome to another review video. Today is going to be book 3 of the Mercy Falls Wolves, or the Wolves of Mercy Falls, I'm not sure. It is called Forever, again by Maggie Stiefvater. I am sorry Maggie, I am butchering your name. One thing I noticed, so Shiver, the first book, is blue, and the printing is in blue, and Linger is green, and the printing is green, and this one is red, and the printing is in red. See, now it looks black on the camera, but it's in red. I got this again from my public library, this Kindale Library here in Stephenville, Newfoundland. If you're in Newfoundland, you can get these books from any library, because the Kindale Library will mail it to wherever you are, so you can get it from your library if they don't have a copy. If you don't live in Newfoundland, check out your library. They might have a copy, or you can just buy them, obviously. Your choice. So this is book 3. I left my bookmark in it, which I'm going to need for the next book. Same characters: Grace, Sam, Cole, Isabel. You meet a few other people. Oh, Olivia. Shelby. Shelby's one of the wolves. She is Bicth. We do not like Shelby. Grace's other friend Rachel plays a little bit more part in this. One of the cops, I cannot remember his name now. I'm terrible for names. That's so funny. He doesn't have any of the chapters though, but he's in them. Beck is in this one again. See if I can find. I'm trying to find the cop's name for you. I am never going to find it. I went too far. Koenig. That's his last name, the cop that helps them out. Anyway, I took too long to do that. Same. So I told you before, if you watch my other videos, I am in love with this series, and it only gets deeper. It gets more complicated. There's so much more to the story with the werewolves than I thought. Like I said, it's a different twist on werewolves. There is science. Cole has a little bit of his dad. He calls his dad a mad scientist. So he does some mad sciencing in the book, but he doesn't explain it all, but he tries to explain some of it, which is kind of interesting. That, like I said, it gets really deep. I mentioned when I did the review for Shiver that I thought it might make a good movie. Well, they tried to make a movie out of it, and apparently it sucks. Although, that happens sometimes when they try and do that and they don't do it right, or low budget or whatever. You can look that up if you want. I'm pretty sure it's called Shiver. But the books are amazing. Don't watch it. If it was rated terrible, it might not be good at all. The books are awesome though. Guaranteed, the books are great. My opinion, of course, but yeah. The writing style is still the same, where it's in first person from different characters' points of view, where Sam and Grace and Isabel and Cole are the 4 main people we go back and forth between in the chapters, which I like seeing the different points of view, and sometimes they overlap a little bit, so you get to see the same bit of the story from other people's points of view, which is nice. I say that a lot. God, I ramble. You guys put up with me. Thank you so much for putting up with my rambling. I am awful. But anyway, yeah, first person. This one, is still, well, it's still to do with the wolves. I don't see. I'm trying so hard not to spoil anything. If you've read the other ones, then it's not too much of a spoiler. If you haven't read them, don't watch this video. Watch the other one first and read the books. Okay, so on the back. Then, when Sam met Grace, he was a wolf and she was a girl. Eventually, he found a way to become a boy, and their love moved from a curious distance to the intense closeness of shared lives. Now, that should have been the end of their story, but Grace was not meant to stay human. Now she is the wolf, and the wolves of Mercy Falls are about to be killed in one final spectacular hunt. Forever. Sam would do anything for Grace, but can one boy and one love really change a hostile, predatory world? The past, the present, and the future are about to collide in one pure moment, a moment of death or life, farewell or forever. So that sort of gives away that the main point of this book here is that the wolves are being hunted now, and they have to basically save them because no one else knows that most of the wolves are humans as well. Slight spoiler alert. Skip forward a little bit if you don't want to hear this, but if you read the other book, it's not really a spoiler alert. But the wolves, they stay wolves after a while. So they're not normal wolves. They change with the temperature. So in the summer they're human, and in the winter they're wolves. And every year they get less and less time human until they're no longer human at all, and they stay wolf. But they're still, they used to be a human. So obviously they're connected, and there's still a pack. And when the other ones who turn back and forth, like, they still know these wolves, so like they want to save the whole pack. And that's the premise of this book. And is still some romance involved. Not so much, well, a little bit Grace and Sam, of course, but getting some into Isabel and Cole, which is nice. I ship them together. They go well together. They have an interesting an interesting relationship. Again, it's closed door. It's not very spicy. Slow burn for sure, but it's good. But I mean, it's for like 11 to 12 and up. Obviously, I am 38 and I enjoyed them thoroughly. So age doesn't matter. Read the books you love. Don't worry about what anybody says. You love it, read it. Graphic novel, read it. Who cares what anyone thinks? Some of it was a little predictable, but like I said, because of the science that's in it, made it a little bit less that you could predict. But I still really enjoyed it. I definitely laughed out loud for several moments in this book. Cole has his moments. He's hilarious. The comic relief. I wish he was more in the other ones. He's great. Definitely felt shock and sadness. There's obviously death and losing people. None of the main characters. Yeah, I guess that's a spoiler. I have got to work on that. But anyway, this is supposed to be the third one and the final one, like she says at the end, that it's the end of their story. But she's made another book, Sinner, which I believe is Cole and Isabel's story, but it takes place after these ones. And that's what I'm going to be reading next, and I hope it is just as good as these ones, but I really want to see how things go with Cole and Isabel. So I really like them as a couple. Like, I mean, I love Sam and Grace. They are so cute. They're so cute together. But Isabel and Cole, I want to know what happens. I want to see it work for them, so I really like it. I'm going to read that and see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to have Sam and Grace in it as well. Maybe. We'll see. I liked how it ended, though. It was good. She could have had a little bit more of a wrap up for how things go. She only does like a skip ahead a few months. So maybe in the next one, we'll get more of a closure for some of the big ticket. Well, I guess they're not big ticket items. All the big ticket items are solved, obviously, but there's still a few little things that you're like, is it gonna work out? I don't know. Or leave it to the imagination. So maybe in the next book, she'll have those ones solved for us, and we get to know for sure that everybody gets their happily ever after. But with your imagination and the way she leaves this one, everyone mostly gets their happily ever after. Oops, kicking something under the table. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. I said that for all of them. Each individual book gets better every time. The series overall is amazing. Like I said, it started off kind of like a light romance, and it gets serious, not in a romance kind of way, but like the actual plot. Way deeper than I thought it was going to be. And it surprised me, and I absolutely loved it. So check it out. I'm going to be buying them because I want to own them. I also think the covers are pretty. This one is a different make. Like, this one doesn't match. Like, these two have the pretty with the trees and everything, and this one still has the shadows, but not the trees. I like these ones better. Anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and read till your heart's content.